The American cannabis industry is a new favorite target for online scammers. Virginia-based Cannabis Information Sharing and Analysis Organization, or ISAO, is sounding the alarm on a massive cybersecurity threat to legal cannabis operators in the U.S. According to Ben Taylor, ISAO's executive director, the Everest Ransomware group has been circling legal operators as its new favorite prey. Ransomware, much like the name suggests, is a type of malicious software. That's why it's called malware, that permanently blocks access to the victim's personal data unless a ransom is paid. While some simple ransomware may lock a user's system without damaging any files, more advanced malware uses a technique called cryptoviral extortion, and that's what we're seeing here. It encrypts the victim's files, making them inaccessible, and demands a ransom payment to decrypt them. The Everett Ransomware Group has been identified by federal agencies multiple times since 2020 for engaging in data extortion and ransomware operations, known for targeting vulnerable targets in healthcare. Well, guess who also considers cannabis as medicine now? These assholes. Per the article, the two cannabis operators, including a software vendor and its client, have been named as victims on Everest's dark web blog over the last week, highlighting risks from third-party vendors. Everest casts as an initial access broker selling unauthorized access to other ransomware gangs. Taylor emphasized the importance of proactive measures such as vendor risk management, incident response plans, employee cybersecurity training, and collective information sharing. But let's face it, we are all online way more than ever before, and the majority of us are out here butt naked sharing passwords, not switching up those passwords regularly, and often leaving devices unlocked while connected to public and or shared Wi-Fi networks. We're knee deep in the digital age, and scammers are just gonna get worse with their tactics. I don't know what the incoming Trump administration plans on doing to counter domestic and foreign attacks on American businesses in cyberspace, but if history teaches us anything, you can probably bet on cannabis being last in line to get federal help. The holiday season is scammer season, y'all. Now that one of the most notorious ransomware groups with a proven track record of success on their end has been identified as targeting our industry, it might be a good time to beef up your own company's cybersecurity as well. Lots at stake there, and we have enough other issues already happening. I'm Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for High at 9 News. Back to you, Jason.
Oh man, there's lots of viruses going on. It's that season.
I can talk about this all day.
Go for it, Soham.
Cybersecurity, yeah, ransomware threats are huge. So I've done a little bit of information security in the past, but I branched into cybersecurity about 2 years ago. I've done some certifications. I do that as part of my day job as well, and I've researched and written about some of the various ransomware attacks over the years. There's one very notorious group out of Russia or somewhere in Eastern Europe called Alpha. And I'm bringing this up because it leads to what the real, preparation that you can do is. And it's all stuff that you have to do before. The first thing with ransomware is even the FBI will tell you, do not pay a ransomware. Don't pay the ransom, because there is no guarantee, but they're not going to still turn around and sell your data on the dark web after you give them the money. So that's like the first big problem there. The answer to all of this is cybersecurity training. So last year, Alpha hacked MGM Resorts and caused major outages. It was all over the news. I think it ended up costing them something like $150 million over the course of a couple weeks because their ATMs were down, their credit card processing, and all of their resorts and all of their restaurants was down. People couldn't access their rewards program. Large swaths of their slot machines were offline. How they got into that one is they called the help desk, the IT desk in MGM Resorts, and impersonated an employee and asked to do a password reset.
Yeah.
So
yes, I remember this.
Most of these attacks are not people typing code into a Linux terminal.
Social engineering, right?
It's all social engineering, and the only way that you can combat that is adequately training your employees. And cannabis, we're always kind of laggards when it comes to technology. Like we're behind most other industries, that whether it's healthcare, whether it's agriculture. So we're always going to be a target. And like you said, Rico, we're probably going to be last in line to get any type of federal or even state level help. So 100% this comes down to cybersecurity training for your employees, learning how to spot attempted social engineering attacks, potentially doing training and sending out phishing emails internally to test people, whether they fall for it, and doing training after that. There's a lot of different approaches. I'm happy to talk to anyone about that offline, but yeah, this is a huge problem. It's not unique to cannabis. We've had a massive spike in cyber attacks over the past 2 years. Government agencies, healthcare, and financial services tend to be some of the biggest targets. But yeah.
Facts, and facts. Yes, indeed. Man, cyber attacks on all. It's gonna stop. Wasn't there a cyber attack on some retails or whatnot, or it happened at the DCC and it stopped people from being able to purchase cannabis for them to be able to? It shut a bunch of POS systems down, or it was a POS system that got hacked. Do you remember this, Rico?
Was it hacks, or do they just have? I think they've had outages, just inadequate infrastructure.
Oh, was that what it was? I'm pretty sure they got hacked.
Yeah, they need to update their server. That's who was it when we first opened? Who was it? MJ Freeway crash?
Yeah, MJ Freeway.
MJ Freeway has had multiple crashes, and usually it's like 420 week too.
Yeah, Dutchy the last 2 years.
Did it on 420.
Yeah,
the last 2 years in a row. It's been
that's just
you got one job, y'all. You got one job.
That's right.
Yeah, but I mean, scaling infrastructure quickly is not easy. Look at what happened to Netflix during their Tyson and Paul fight. They should have known they were going to have a massive spike in viewership, but they still were not prepared adequately to scale up their infrastructure for all the increase in streamers.
Man. Increase your infrastructure so you can increase your stream.
Yeah, next time. Am I frozen?
No,
you are frozen.
You're frozen.
You gotta increase your infrastructure.
We hear you though. We hear you. We hear you just fine though.
Your infrastructure.
Yeah.
Defended numerous computer hackers because I have a personal interest in computer crime. I just find it fascinating, and I wanted to learn how the FBI and other law enforcement agencies investigated computer intrusion. So I decided to defend hackers pro bono in federal court, and it was always super interesting. But one of my clients, Kevin Mitnick, who is once considered the world's most notorious hacker, his philosophy was that no matter how good the computer system is, the weak spot is social engineering, which is basically hacking the human beings who run the system. And so that's what he developed an expertise in, social engineering it's called. And it's a term used by hackers to describe hacking human systems, because humans will, do things like when you call the help desk, they'll reset a password, and without taking the adequate security precautions, because it did not occur to them that somebody would and could do that. And so I think human ingenuity is undefeated, and that's why I chose to represent pro bono the hackers who were not malicious, who were just the curious hackers. One of my clients, for example, hacked NASA to find out if there was evidence of aliens and the NASA servers at the Ames Research Center.
That sounds malicious.
Well, he wasn't trying to destroy anything or trying to make money out of it. He was just trying to find the truth. So I don't think that was malicious at all.
In search of the truth. I see what you did there, Omar. And Wax Tracks TV says in the chat, it says cloud media can help with all of these issues, and that a lot of this is due to engineering inadequate programmers and engineers, you guys.
Yeah, man. All I can say is, man, is don't be giving up that information on unsecured lines, bro.
Fair enough.
It's different. It's the same shit, different toilet. Just like back in the day, don't say certain things over the phone. Don't be putting certain information out there on your personal shit. Being on public Wi-Fi is the worst. Make sure you guys are working on. I mean, VPNs can only do so much. I mean, people who know, you probably know. So like they can only, but they are accessible. One line of protection that you can protect yourself when you're on these public networks. But the truth of the matter is like, you out here butt naked, man. Don't be sharing your passwords. And the more that you do, the more you are vulnerable to these attacks. And
make sure you have multi-factor authentication set up on all of your accounts, all of your devices. That's a huge thing to prevent unauthorized password resets.
Use biometrics if you can.
Yeah,
like,
no, and get away from the text 2FA, because there's something that hackers do called SIM spoofing. They basically will swap out your SIM and then use your your phone number to send that text code and reset the password. So it's better to use one of the authenticator apps or some type of biometric authentication for that.
Interesting. Well, we're going to go to a commercial and we're going to be right back.
Are you